Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto 3, the definitive edition. In this part, we will be completing the Vigilante side mission, which is a requirement to complete in order to get 100%, and the way this side mission works is that we first must grab ourselves a police cruiser to activate the Vigilante side mission. And we must defeat 20 criminals on each of the 3 islands in this game, giving us a grand total of 60 criminals that will be vanquished by our vigilante prowesses. And the way we plan on defeating most of these sick freaks driving around the place in Liberty City is by performing drive-bys on them, and also by reset scumming, which means that I'm going to be constantly refreshing the vigilante side mission to ideally avoid gang territories, or at least the dangerous gang territories. I know we had a nice horde of Diablo gang members chasing after us there, but they're mostly ineffectual since they don't have guns, so I don't mind taking care of criminals that happen to spawn in the red light district in Hepburn Heights. It's mainly St. Mark's, Harwood, and Chinatown, I guess. I mean, I can't even say that. I'm currently in Chinatown taking down my last criminal in Portland, but I'd like to avoid those areas, and I'm laughing there because the AI, I think, is one of the more entertaining parts about this side mission. Yeah, it's fun chasing down criminals and trying to, take care of them with a nice drive-by, but the, I guess, wackiness of the AI really makes this really entertaining, because you really never know what they're going to do. Like back there, that guy kept exiting his vehicle to shoot at me for like a split second, and then he'd get back into his vehicle and try driving off again. And it's just, it's fascinating stuff. You really never know what to expect with these folk. And another thing that you really you don't know what to expect would be when they're around water areas. As you can see, this guy's already off to a bad start there. He just crashed into a pole. But you can see right there, he's going for a nice little swim here in Staten Island early in the morning. And the great thing about that is that the AI can't swim, so if they happen to land in the water, then that's fantastic for you, because that counts as a kill, and you get credit for it to continue moving on through the Vigilante side mission. And something else I should point out is that you don't have to take care of these criminals in a consecutive fashion. They don't have to be 20 in a row. You can split these up however you'd like, which is why reset scumming works. And something else I really enjoy is that on the mini-map, you can see the green marker that represents the criminal. So for those criminals that end up going into the water, like they're helplessly rolling physically in their vehicle, which sounds very gruesome, the way I word it like that, but it's funny though, seeing the green dot on the mini-map just slide seemingly endlessly into the water. And then eventually, it stops, and then you get credit for the takedown there. And something else fascinating that happened here, I'm kind of just showing the highlights more or less. For some reason, that person just stood there. They got out of their vehicle, just stood there for a little bit until I turned my camera, and then they tried attacking me. So, again, it's just the randomness of what happens here that makes this what it is. And sadly here, we have an instance in which a police car is locked. And so something to do in that situation, if you need a police car and it happens to be locked, is to just drive a considerable distance away into the next area. Because you know how those areas appear in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You just drive away and then drive back to the police station. And I don't know what the hell happened here. It just seems like certain spawn points for vehicles can sometimes spawn a cluster of vehicles at once. So in that case, you had 3 vehicles spawning in at the same time. So one of them tumbled over and was flipped over and exploded, and the other 2 were basically having sex with each other. You see that? They were like stuck inside each other. The fluids were all dried up. I mean, this isn't a health class, so I should probably calm myself a little bit, but you get the idea. They just couldn't move because they were just continuously driving inside of each other, which is very passionate, but unfortunate for them. And more unfortunate business here, we have these vehicles. Again, there's the green dot just sliding on the mini-map. because it sucks when it happens to you, where it's like you're tumbling around and you just can't exit the vehicle, even though you're like just spamming the exit vehicle button. So I'm sure that AI driver was trying to do the same, but unfortunately for them, they met their demise. And you see right there, I feel like that vehicle that just like spun me out a little bit, I feel like it just popped out of nowhere, to be honest. So as great as that stretch of road is that I just drove on, it can be a bit counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish at times. So that's something to be mindful of there, especially when it's raining like this. But look at this here. This guy had no reason to exit his vehicle, but he decided to anyway. And I swear that would have been amazing if he just jumped into the water. But the AI was actually smart, and he made a turn, and I just ended up running him over to complete the Vigilante side mission for me. So fantastic stuff there, very fun. Look at this carcass of a police car I'm driving around. There's like there's not a single door or anything. So fantastic stuff. Something I want to point out, the police car should restore a bit of health after each criminal is taken down, and the reward for this is 6 total police bribes delivered to each of your safe houses across Liberty City, and you would get 1 police bribe for taking down 10 criminals in Portland, a 2nd police bribe for your 20th criminal in Portland, a 3rd police bribe for your 10th criminal in Staten Island, and so on. So with that completes this part. In the next part, we will be doing the taxi driver side mission. So until then, I will see you next time.